everyone, welcome back to a DT scale modelling video. So I didn't really want to do one of these, not big into the do something because somebody nominates you, but you know, what the heck, eh? So Nigel from My Modelling World nominated me for this lockdown cave tour thing, which I wouldn't have done, but you know, peer pressure is a wonderful thing, and I am now in a different cave than I was the last time I did any of this kind of video, so therefore I guess it also makes sense. Full disclaimer, this cave is nowhere near finished. It is the space out that will be my cave, but its layout and things will be familiar if you've seen a previous video, but has got a lot of changes still to make. So without further ado, let's go and have a spin round and show you what's what in my cave just now. Alright, so my cave is actually my garage. So when we moved in here to this house a couple of years ago now, my cave was in our spare room. So you've maybe seen, I think I did a video of that. It was a small single bedroom that I kitted out with my desk that I had in my previous house, and put in my bookcase for my models and various things, and that was all good and it worked well. And then we decided that we would have a child, and that became his room. So I had to vacate, and having a single garage which we weren't using for a car, I thought, well, why don't I use that? It's a usable space. It already had the advantage that, as you can see here, it's got a side door which leads into our garden, and it actually has a window already, and so I can come out the patio doors and across to here without too much effort. So yeah, we'll start. You come in the door, immediately on the left along this back wall here, there used to be a big kind of shelf that ran kind of just below the level of that plug, which is why it's so far up the wall. And there was then a set of shelving that was put up there by the previous owner. That was quite useful for storing nonsense garage stuff, but obviously I'll rip that out because I decided it wasn't really that practical. Excuse the wonky conduit, that was not me, that was already here. What we did do is we extended it down the way, putting another plug down the bottom there and some more conduit that runs along the back here to another plug socket down here. But going back to here, in this corner, just a plastic shelving unit there's actually two units I put together as some temporary storage. So it's just bits and pieces from my old cave, a couple of the really useful boxes with various bits that used to live on shelves that are currently in boxes as temporary storage. Painting things, so that's primers, varnishes, spare bottles, hairspray, etc, kind of just live there for now. Birdseed, some paper junk from the house. There's a small unit of small really useful boxes that were on my wall and will go back on a wall. Again, a lot of this is just temporarily here, and the same as just another box up there with, I think it's actually got a tornado in there that's a practice kit now. So yeah, as you can tell, it's my garage, hence the bare brick walls. I believe all the white stuff is mineral stuff, it's not mould. I've checked, so don't be leaving comments going, oh my god, you're breathing in all this mould. I do hoover it up every now and again, and it is not as bad as it used to be. It just seems to be when we go through a period of having some kind of slightly wetter, colder weather, this mineral stuff leaches out the mortar. You can see it generally follows the mortar lines, so don't worry about that. This light switch was here already again, so there was light in here, there was power to the garage, there was that socket, as I said, we extended it, it was there, it was done properly. And yeah, so it was open. We put in me and my dad put in a plasterboard ceiling. Excuse the crap filling job, that needs to be sorted out. I just went roughly around there to fill the gaps, and I've still got some screw heads to fill. That all needs finished. So moving around, I've got a small heater in here which I do need sometimes because it's freezing in here in the winter. There is actually insulation above here as well, lots of just loft insulation piled up the top of there, so that really does actually help. When the weather's warmer, this stays warmer longer into the day, which is quite good. On the floor I've just got some offcuts of the same carpet we had put in our house, which helps make the floor a little nicer for now. This is just loose, as you can see. Storage trunk has just got stuff that was in the garage, so that will not be in here when this is all done. Random stuff. Tumble dryer lives out here. That will stay. The tube currently comes out here, and whenever we run it, I open the window. I don't run it when I'm in here. That, as I said, that will stay. I may box it in some kind of cabinet. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to be doing here. Probably shelving on this wall, maybe another worktop kind of along the top of there. I'm not entirely sure. I had the idea of putting some kitchen cupboards along the bottom here, some cheap ones for storage, but it's not a very deep space by the door here, so yeah, not entirely sure. So a lot of bare wall at the moment. Moving around, my battery's dying, so I'm going to try and do this quickly. Bookcase that was in my cave before, again, it's got books on it, it's got stuff stored on it for now. It was model display space. Those models are all currently in storage. Some spare underlay from the carpet, my chair. Again, roll of spare carpet, another plug. The desk was the same desk that was in my cave. It was made for the cave I had in my flat, and then moved it to this place. It fits perfectly across the width of the garage, which was really nice. I'm still in two minds as to whether I keep this or whether I build something in a little more permanent, which I'm inclined to do. This is practical and it is useful, and it is built for purpose. So I may keep it. We shall just see. This wall, as I said, is my garage, so we divided it in half. So the front half that has the garage door is still a usable garage. This is now an insulated, properly built stud wall, and it has some power sockets in it as well for the computer and compressor, etc., etc. General desk. I mean, my stash is in the loft, so this has it's got some crap on it just now because it's not fully done. Got some stuff I'm working on at the moment here on the left. My Afghan Dio stuff, so the Wimic, the quad bikes are out here somewhere, the figures, the boxes for those kits. Paint storage, that paint storage rack was built specifically for that space so that it would fit under where my monitor is. It has a sliding door in it, so if I need to, whenever I've moved, I don't need to take the paints off, I can slide a door in it. Workspace with the horrendous yellow mat. Again, showing, if you've looked at a previous cave tour, this stuff is just the same, just what's on it might be slightly different at the moment. Paint rack, paint booth. Again, when I get things done a little more permanently in here, I will try and do something to vent that out the window. I'm going to have to drill, because we will drill a proper hole and put the vent for the tumble dryer out the wall. Will get done. I have the kit for it, I just need to try and find somewhere to get a core drill from. These bricks are stupidly hard, we found out. While I've got it, I may drill another hole out here at the same time and use, because I won't need all that dryer hose, so I'll just take some of that dryer hose and vent the spray booth straight outside. Yep, some buildings there that Ian from CW Modelling sent me for the Afghan Dio. My Spitfire shelves, again, will go up on a wall somewhere once I actually have walls in here. That shelf will probably go away. I may well extend this desk around here and put the spray booth here under the window. I'm not sure that's the kids' play tent. Compressor lives down there. So yeah, that is the cave at the moment. It's a decent size. It's a couple of meters by a couple of meters. It's plenty enough space for what I need. It's just not set up right. It's usable, so I can't really complain. We're coming into slightly better weather, although it's raining today. It's not as cold in here as it was through the winter. It was kind of unusable. The next plan is me and my dad will finish these walls off. We will stud in these walls, put up plasterboard. They will be insulated. They will be damp proof, whatever they need to be done to be proper. That means that this place I will then get everything properly filled, painted, and it will look hopefully kind of like you've gone into any kind of normal indoor room. I may put some better lights in. I've just got one single bulb on the ceiling and the lights on the desk, which are, and actually that window doesn't actually give in a huge amount of light, so I may well put in some different spotlights. I may put a couple of spotlights above the desk that give me some better proper overhead downward light. And as I said, the finishing for shelving, etc., is not known yet. But that's what we are at. This is where I'm working at the moment. I have finally finished the first model in about 8 months, and I'm working on another just now. So things are going a little better hobby-wise. So yeah, that is the cave as it currently stands. I have 2 chairs as well, so I can swap between the 2. Cheers. There we have it. That's the tour around the cave as it is. What I'll probably do in the future is, once I actually have this finished or more finished, I will maybe do another one. That way you guys, if you're interested, can see that the things I've spoken about here in terms of what I want to do are actually done and what we end up with as a working space here. I'll keep this short, so I'm not going to say much more. I suppose I better pass this on to somebody. Apparently that's the thing we do. And just because it's going to piss him off, Chalky from CW Modelling, we want to see you around your desk, mate. Cheers guys, see you later.